Hi, everyone. I am here with another fantastic client spotlight. Her name is McCayla. She is an all-around boss, and we're going to talk about kind of like then and now. She has been preparing for a super incredible surfing trip in Nicaragua, which is awesome. And turns out to go surfing, it requires you to be able to have a lot of strength and to do things like push-ups and pop-ups and all this stuff. So we have been prepping for that. But before I even get there, I want to just like welcome you. She's amazing. She lives in St. Paul, but I feel like she's an artist. She loves to like be outside. Lots of cool things about McCayla. So let's just dig into what kind of was going on before we started working together all the way back in March. So tell me kind of like where you were at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was definitely in sort of a COVID slump, if you will. A little bit of background is that my college degree is actually in exercise science. So I studied a lot of physical fitness and, anatomy and physiology and exercise science. And I've had some strength and conditioning coaching jobs. So I really have a strong foundation of like how to do these things, how to be a fit person, how to help someone achieve their strength and conditioning goals. But for whatever reason, I wasn't doing them. And I had tried a lot of different things, a lot of different programs. I tried basically forcing my best friends to be my accountability partner. I tried to force my fiance to, and it just was hard. It was really hard to find that balance between like encouraging friendship, tough love, and not hurting each other's feelings at the same time. So I was like not sure what to do. And I had been following Chloe for a while. I had attended a fun dancing class. I think it's called like Champagne and Stilettos or something. It was really a lot of fun. And since then, Chloe had started offering to be a fitness coach. So I decided to reach out. I decided to invest in myself in a new and different way. And I just kind of I decided to accept help from a professional and to accept that that is totally okay and doesn't mean I'm bad or was wrong or anything. It was really just a step in the right direction. And that was a weird transition for me, but that's kind of how my journey with Chloe started.
I love that you pointed out the accepting help and investing in yourself, because I know that was like some reservations for you of like, oh my God, I have this, I should know what to do. I know what to do. I'm not doing it. But like taking that next step was a big deal. And it is a big deal, but like you did it. So then let me ask you, when we first started, what was kind of like top one or two things you were looking to have happen? Because at that point, the surfing trip was not on the radar.
Not at all. In the beginning, I remember telling you my goals were to lose fat and gain muscle. It was really simple. And then my big point was I wanted someone to help me be accountable. I thought that was the hole that was missing. I needed someone to force me to do these things. And I learned along the way that's not really what I needed. And that accountability comes in a lot of different forms. But those were some of my first goals, is just simple: lose fat, gain muscle.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm curious, beyond kind of that like accountability, when you enter feeling like that's the only thing that was really needed, what did you learn along the way, maybe from yourself or from me, that was really what you needed?
Oh my gosh, so many things. I mean, there were some bumps along the way, and there was this weird trust factor I had to get into, because the only person I had to rely on for my whole life, for my fitness journey, was me, myself, and I, and that was it. Maybe my mom,
Yeah.
And so learning to trust that you were going to lead me in the right way and lead me on this path of fitness in a way I hadn't approached it before, in this sort of slow and steady wins the race. Consistency is key. Maintenance is progress. It didn't feel like enough. And I remember even like sending you an email like, I don't know that this is the right, like there's not enough intensity or something is wrong. And that was just a trust issue that I had to work through. So those were some of the biggest things. Maintenance is progress has been probably the biggest takeaway for me this whole time, because I'm a project coordinator by day. And so continuous improvement is my game. You know, we want to see the Gantt charts, you know, moving along. We want to see the charts moving upward. And so to really process that maintenance is progress was a hard lesson for me, and I'm still working on it. But what's really cool is that a lot of the lessons that I learned from you, Chloe, are not just applicable to fitness. It's like I've told people, it almost sometimes feels like you're my life coach, even though what you're talking about is fitness. They do have these other cross applications.
Yeah, yes, yes. That's like, yes, that's so good. So, okay, then tell me, you know, that was kind of like beginning. Then of course we had this new thing of the surfing trip. So just tell me like briefly, maybe what were some goals there? Even just go right into like, what the heck have you achieved thus far, strength wise, body wise, all the above?
Yeah, so I quickly learned that I wanted to continue working with you. And all of a sudden, after I made that decision, I got this crazy opportunity where my older sister said, hey, I'm turning 40 years old. And for my birthday, I'm going to an all-women surf camp and you're invited. And it's going to be in Nicaragua. And she even said something along the lines of, this is serious business. There will be no relaxing on the beach with a cocktail. It's going to be really intense physical exercise. And we're going to learn how to surf. And I was like, whoa, okay, I better let Chloe know and we'll see what we can make happen. I remember being like, excited at first. I mean, who gets asked to do that? It's a really cool opportunity. But then I started reading up on surfing and I learned that like you were saying, the push-up strength and how you have to like push yourself up the board, off the board, and then hop into this surfing stance, which is what they call a pop-up. They recommended that you start by doing 5 to 10 push-ups a day. And I was like, Chloe, I can't do any push-ups. So I was pretty nervous, but it has been a lot of fun. And what was really cool about being with Chloe so early on in this process was that she was able to start a program for me right away. So, you know, we sort of progressed in phases, right, Chloe? And
Yep.
Like Chloe built this program for me where I started off with a lot of planks and progressed into sort of what I would call like a slow fall down motion of a push-up, you know, and,
Yes.
and just kind of continually worked our way up. Now, I'm still not really at a point where I can, you know, be challenging people to push up competitions or anything, but I do have a lot more upper strength than I ever did before. And it's been really cool to like start to see some of those, some of the strength show up in different ways than it had before. I've been at different physical fitness points in my life, but to have this really specific goal of doing a push-up and seeing the progress in this really specific area was really fun. And, you know, Chloe kind of has us rate how challenging was this workout, and to see it go from like, holy buckets, I can't do this. What are you doing? You're crazy. Really hard to do. This was okay. It wasn't so bad. That's been a lot of fun.
Yes. I love that. And on top of like just that strength building, the fact that you came in like March-ish, not having any consistency, taking long breaks from working out, to now that's been 8 months of working out at least 2 times per week, typically more. And that is pretty freaking awesome.
It is like, really awesome.
That's so cool. I just am like, I love you so much because that's so cool. And so the reason why we're not talking about the trip is because it hasn't happened yet. It's next week. And so like, we're so excited. So then, let me just ask you, because you've been with me for a while and you've really come so far, not just strength wise, not just physically, not how your clothes are fitting, but like all the stuff up here and all the stuff in here has really come like so far for you. And you should be so proud of yourself because, as you know, I'm so proud of you too. What would you tell someone who is kind of like on that fence in that space of like, I know what to do, but I can't do it, but I don't do it, but I'm just going to keep telling myself I know what to do?
Well, you say this all the time, and that's that you can do it all, maybe not all at once, and maybe not all by yourself. Someone recently did ask me, someone who was on the fence did ask me this question, and they phrased it as, do you think you need this program? Do you think this program is what's making all the difference in your physical fitness journey? And I was like, that's a really interesting question. I don't know that I would say, yes, I need this program, but I am so, so happy I have it. And the reason I think that there's that distinction is that it's not, if I stop doing this program today, it's reasonable, it's realistic, it's a comfortable addition to my regular life. And Chloe is really teaching me how to incorporate fitness into my life in a realistic way, in a consistent way. And I think that's kind of where that distinction comes in. Like, I'm so happy I'm learning these tools, and she's setting me up for a lifetime of success, not just during her program.
I have goosebumps. That gave me goosebumps. I'm not kidding. And it's like really cold up here, but that's not why I have goosebumps. So that's beautiful. That's so beautiful, because that's really just it, right? Is like, we can double down and do thing after thing. But the cool thing that happens is now you're like, I trust myself. I feel confident in myself to have these habits, to do these things, to feel really awesome. So you're the best. You're the best. So Surfing Trip is happening next week. So maybe we'll have to do like, I'll comment on this video, like an update of like how it went, because we're so, so, so excited. But thank you, McCayla. Any final words, I love my little catchphrases, my little mantras. You kind of pointed some out, but any final mantras that you want to end on?
Just taking that leap and choosing to invest in yourself and really thinking about it in that way, that's been really helpful for me. And I think that anyone who's on the fence, try to think about it that way. How you spend your money is really where your values lie. And so why not have yourself be included in that?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, thank you so much. If McCayla was inspiring to you watching this video and you have any questions, or you feel like you want to know more on that leap, on taking that journey, please, please, please reach out to me, send me a message, because I know that McCayla is a huge inspiration to me. So I'm sure she is to the people too. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and we getting ready to surf. Surf's up, right?
Yeah.
Yes. On that note, we're going to log off. We're going to